Now at 5, we are live at Third Thursday in Joplin for our last stop in the More Power to You tour. Plus, we're going to check up on the construction of the future Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. And the city of Caney, Kansas declares a water emergency, leaving its residents with limited access to water.
The 4 states most watched news starts now.
Hi everybody, we're live at Third Thursday in downtown Joplin to celebrate the completion of the More Power Tower project. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. For 6 straight weeks, we've been reporting live from different areas of the 4 states every Thursday during our 5 and 6 p.m. newscasts. It's part of our More Power to You tour. We're going to have more on that for you in just a moment for some of today's top stories. The entire state of Kansas is in a drought, but the city of Caney has declared a water emergency. The city asks citizens not to use water for anything other than to maintain health and personal hygiene. The mayor says they've been warning residents about this for about 30 days now, but some have not taken it seriously and have still been, for example, watering their yards. The mayor says they've been preparing for this for some time.
So we prepared by doing water conservation. So we asked the town when we first had a meeting that we needed to conserve water as best as possible. And then, of course, with no rain and coming in either up north or here in Caney has caused us to take the next step, which is going to be the water emergency class 2.
The city is still unsure just how long this emergency stage is going to last. The Harry M. Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex is nearly finished here in Joplin. It'll be the new home for the Spiva Center for the Arts and Connect to Culture. Connect to Culture started back in 2009. George A. Spiva helped establish this arts center in Joplin some time ago.
With community coming together to support the arts means so much to both Spiva and Connect to Culture. It shows that it's alive and well in Joplin and the surrounding areas.
A grand opening celebration is scheduled for November 12th. Freeman Health System begins construction now on a new office building. The $10 million project will feature 3 stories and more than 30,000 square feet of space. Officials say it'll offer patients convenient access to dermatology services, general surgery, pain management, and urology. The new building is going to be near the Freeman West building. Officials say it's beneficial for doctors.
To be able to do what I do, which is engineering construction, and do it for the betterment of our fellow human beings and the community is very satisfying. And we're not just building a warehouse or something, but it's something to help people.
Officials expect the building to be complete around November of next year. Sam Lane joins me now. Again, we are live in downtown Joplin for the Third Thursday event. You couldn't ask for much better weather than this.
You really couldn't. It's been perfect today. A little bit of clouds, a little bit of sunshine, no precipitation, and temperatures actually tolerable.
Yeah, here we got a breeze coming through.
Absolutely.
Feels nice.
You got to come down and check it out here the Third Thursday in Joplin, downtown Joplin. We're at 5th and Main, and it's going to be a nice evening. Let's take a look at radar right now and show you where the showers have been today. They've been out towards the west in central Kansas, even some severe weather up in northwestern Kansas, but if you can see on the motion, it's mainly moving towards the north, away from us. We're not really expecting a whole lot across our area. Temperatures this afternoon have been very pleasant, generally in the 80s across our area. Yesterday was the same. Morning lows were in the 60s, and then this afternoon we made it into the lower 80s. Of course, I'll be back in a few minutes to tell you more about the forecast in just a little bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Today, the Biden administration is touting a tentative deal that will keep America's trains moving and stave off what could have been another big blow to the economy. It's the result of 20 hours of negotiations. Reporter Skylar Henry has more.
This agreement is a big win for America.
President Joe Biden celebrated the tentative deal that hit the brakes on a looming rail strike.
Together, we reached an agreement. You reached an agreement that will keep our critical rail system working and avoid disruptions of our economy.
The standoff stemmed from a dispute over sick leave and attendance policies.
Our guys are over-the-road engineers, the bulk of them. They're on call. They're not home enough. It's a tough family life. and we tried to get them some more time off.
The new agreement grants members an extra paid day off and time away from work for things like routine medical care and hospitalizations. It also contains a 24% wage increase, bonuses, and health care cost caps.
Each party got some of the things they needed, and it will make for a more productive workplace when we get them all implemented.
Again, the deal touted here Thursday is tentative. Union leaders say in the coming weeks their members will review the agreement and then vote to finalize it.
The union leadership will take these contracts to their membership, will explain it to their membership, and they have a democratic process where the members will get a chance to support or deny these agreements. I think they'll support them.
Industry experts had warned a rail strike could have cost the U.S. economy about $2 billion a day in lost productivity and severely strained the existing supply chain issues following the shipping and trucking backups earlier this year. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Ahead of the tentative agreement, Amtrak had announced it was canceling long-distance rail service. An Amtrak spokesperson now says they're working to quickly restore those trains. Again, we are live in Joplin for the third Thursday event and for our More Power to You tour. We're going to talk with the Chamber of Commerce president. That's next. Welcome back. Again, we are live in downtown Joplin at the third Thursday event as part of our More Power to You tour. I saw Harry Potter just walked by. We're also joined now by the Chamber of Commerce president, Travis Stevens, relatively new to the position, Mr. Stevens.
That's correct.
Thanks for joining us. I want to talk about a number of things. We're going to start with the Choose Joplin app, which is also relatively new. Tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, it's been around a few months. It's a new app from the Chamber that allows newcomers, lifelong residents, college students, anyone who wants to find more information about what's happening in Joplin. It's over 800 businesses listed, and so it's a great way of creating a communications portal between consumers and businesses to find out what's going on and what's coming up.
So you want anyone to download this who can. I guess all they have to do is really Google Choose Joplin app and they'll find it that way.
Yeah, or go to your app store, whichever system you're on. But yeah, there's over 800 businesses listed. They will send out notifications about events, special discounts, special prices, anything going on. It's just a great way to stay in the know of what's happening.
Coming up, the Innovation and Technology Summit. And I know this is the second year for this. I believe last year was the first. It's coming up again on November 4th. And what's this all about?
Yeah, so it was a huge success last year. It's essentially a way of getting all the great digital minds, innovators, and thinkers together in one space. We've got businesses, we have thought leaders, and it's really for anyone trying to leverage technology, capture that digital space. Even if you're a novice and you don't know what's going on and you just want to know how can I help my business and get more technology involved, become more digital, it's just a great space to just sit down. There's 12 speakers, 4 tracks. It's just a great day of just learning and thinking and innovating.
So these are for new businesses, maybe people considering new businesses, and also those businesses wanting to expand.
All of the above. Legacy businesses, startups, anyone who just wants to learn about new ways of doing things.
The Economic Growth Tour, this is kind of cool. This is where the chamber members, they get on a bus and they travel to various businesses. Again, you've been doing this one for a number of years.
Right.
How does this work?
This is one time a year. It's a bus tour. We take 55 people, chamber members, around the Joplin area, outside area, and we go and visit different places. It could be a new company. It could be an old company doing something new, expanding. But the neat thing is 55 people sign up. They don't know where we're going. We don't tell them. And then when they get on the bus, we hand them the agenda and say, we're visiting these 5 or 6 businesses. Get ready. They just know they're locked in from about 8:30 to 2:30, and they're ready for a good trip.
And I didn't realize that until you told me that earlier this afternoon. That makes kind of a mystery bus tour and a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great time, and it's a great way to find out what's happening in Joplin as far as economic development goes. So
very much, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Travis Stevens with the Chamber of Commerce. Again, we are live at the Joplin Third Thursday event for our More Power to You tour. Sam's going to return next with his complete 7-day forecast.
Missouri Southern.
And welcome back to the third Thursday live in downtown Joplin at 5th and Main, and also the conclusion of our More Power to You tour across the area. It's a beautiful evening. If you haven't had a chance to get out and enjoy it, please do so. We're here at and then downtown, and it's a beautiful evening, and looks like it's going to be that way pretty much all evening long. Let's take a look outside down in Seneca, Missouri, and show you that nothing's really going on down in Seneca as far as the tower can goes. A beautiful evening shaping up down there with the Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. And like I said earlier this afternoon, we had some clouds roll in, keeping temperatures down just a little bit. We did make it up to 85 today after starting out at a cool 62. Normals are 82 and 60, so we were slightly above normal, but not too bad. 98 was the record back in 1956 and 41 back in 1981. We had no rain today, and we desperately need some rainfall. Hopefully we'll get some soon. Over the last few weeks, we've been seeing above normal temperatures quite often, and so far this September, we've had 11 days above normal, 1 normal day, and 3 below, and it looks like we're going to have several days of above normal temperatures as we go through the weekend. On the radar, you can see some showers way out towards the west in Sedan area. A lot of that is not even reaching the ground, but the clouds are helping out with the temperatures just a little bit this afternoon. What is not helping is the drought. The drought is getting a little bit worse now. We desperately need rainfall, of course, extreme category over southeastern Kansas and southwest Missouri. So hopefully we'll start to get some rain in here, but it's going to be a while before we see that. Also, the allergies was a little bit better today, 9.3 out of 12, 9.2 for tomorrow, so a little bit of improvement there. Temperatures right now are generally in the low to mid 80s across the area, a little bit warmer out to the west in Yates Center where it's currently 86 degrees. And when you look at the dew points are very comfortable with dew points generally in the 50s, even some 40s showing up out towards the west. Now, if we take a look at the forecast, we're going to be seeing mostly fair conditions here in Joplin. We're sitting at a current temperature of 82 degrees. The dew point is 58, so it feels like 82. Humidity of 44%, and the pressure is currently falling. All right, your future track looks like this. Tonight, mostly fair, a few clouds coming in later on with lows in the 60s, and the best chance of rain will be up towards the north and west. Some of those showers could hold together by tomorrow morning, but I wouldn't hold my breath. With temperatures in the mid to upper 80s tomorrow, close to 90. Then as we go into Saturday, we're going to see lows in the 60s, right around 70 degrees in some places. And then Saturday afternoon, temperatures in the 90s, even some mid-90s out towards the west with mostly fair skies. Then as we go into Sunday night, or Saturday night into Sunday morning, lows in the 70s around our area. Over the next 7 days, 88 tomorrow with a 10% isolated chance of a storm. Wouldn't hold my breath, like I said. Then 90 for tomorrow, and then 94 on Sunday. Another isolated chance of storms on Monday with a high of 96. But then we get close to record-setting temperatures on Tuesday and Wednesday, Dow. I am forecasting a record high of 96 for Wednesday.
We don't need that.
I know. And then 92 for your Thursday. There is some relief, though, but it's in the extended forecast, and we'll have more on that a little bit later.
And at least at the moment where we are in downtown Joplin, it feels nice.
Absolutely.
You know, we're in the shade of the buildings.
I'm not even sweating.
Cloud covered. Me neither.
And that says a lot.
Great night to get outside and enjoy the weather while I
Absolutely.
can. Thanks, Sam. Hey, topping today's Health Watch, 1 in 3 Americans say they don't take their medications as prescribed because they can't afford to. Some Americans are turning to the internet, but the search for life-saving drugs can have life-threatening consequences. For the 37 million Americans with diabetes, insulin is a critical part of managing high blood sugar. The prices of some diabetes drugs are sky high. In fact, the listed price of one has jumped 1,200% since it launched. Another is up 715%. The cost for a popular drug for rheumatoid arthritis up 486%, and one nerve pain medication is up 420%. More and more Americans are searching for better prices on the internet, but health experts say buyer beware.
One of the things we have is a project where we order prescription drugs from online pharmacies, analyze them, and see what you're actually getting.
Researchers found some online pharmacies were fake storefronts running scams with expired or unidentified potentially dangerous chemicals. Some of the tested drugs were inconsistent.
It did contain the active ingredient, but when we quantified it, we were supposed to be receiving pills that contained 20 milligrams, and they contained anywhere from 18 to 41 milligrams.
That means consumers were either getting less than they needed or a higher dose than recommended. The safest bets, the FDA recommends consumers buy from verified online sources related to their individual health plans or their brick-and-mortar pharmacy. While most consumers assume that online pharmacies are safe, the FDA estimates that only 3% of online pharmacies reviewed by the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy are in compliance with U.S. pharmacy laws and standards. A new study in the journal BMJ suggests some COVID-19 home testing kits didn't work as well during the Omicron surge. Of the 3 widely used rapid antigen tests, only one was able to correctly identify a true positive sample more than 80% of the time when using a nasal sample. Those results improved when both throat and nasal self-samples were collected. The damage caused by smoking can impact the health of future generations. Researchers in Australia found men who were exposed to secondhand smoke as children were 59% more likely to have children who developed asthma compared to children whose fathers were not exposed. Australian researchers say the message from their new research is people should not only try to get 10,000 steps a day for health benefits, they should also try to walk faster. New studies published in JAMA Internal Medicine and JAMA Neurology looked at 78,500 adults with wearable trackers. Researchers found a lower risk of dementia, heart disease, cancer, and death associated with getting 10,000 steps a day, but a faster pace, such as power walking, had benefits over and above the daily steps goal. Coming up from live here in Joplin, the Labor Department's latest weekly unemployment report. First, though, we recognize a veteran of the U.S. Air Force from right here in Joplin. Brock Sterrett joined in 2001 and led 40 flying operations in Iraq, Afghanistan, and other areas all around the world. We are proud to salute Major Brock Sterrett, a four-state hero. Again, we are live in downtown Joplin for the third Thursday event as we wrap up our More Power to You tour, celebrating our improved broadcast signal all across the 4 states, including right here in Joplin. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the labor market has remained strong despite some slowing in other areas of the economy. According to Labor Department data released today, the number of first-time claims for unemployment benefits fell for the 5th straight week. Initial claims for unemployment insurance were 213,000 for the week ending on September 10th. That's down 5,000 from the prior week and the lowest level in 3 months. The Mortgage Bankers Association says the average interest rate on a 30-year loan has hit 6% for the first time since 2008. The industry trade group says that's essentially double from a year ago, adding that the high rates are causing some potential home buyers to stay on the sidelines. The group says mortgage applications fell 1.2% last week from the previous period. California's Attorney General filed a lawsuit against Amazon yesterday. The complaint stems from the way Amazon deals with third-party sellers. The AG says the retailer requires all sellers to list items for its lowest prices compared to other sites like Walmart, Target, eBay. The complaint alleges that policy leads to artificially inflated prices on those competing websites and is anti-competitive. A final check of the forecast and perhaps a surprise visitor next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, why planes and buses full of migrants were sent to Martha's Vineyard. Then on KOAM News at 6, the results of a housing study in Joplin to determine the community's needs. Plus, the Joplin Convention and Visitors Bureau Director Patrick Tuttle is going to join us to discuss some upcoming events. And we're going to hear from Colgan's head football coach as the Panthers take on Riverton tonight. Stay with the CBS Evening News, KOAM News at 6. Before we get to final weather, we want to introduce Tammy and her very close personal friend, Lucy. I don't know that I love Lucy, but let's see if Lucy loves me. Can we? Right, yeah. This is the perils of live television, folks.
Oh my goodness!
We are about to wrap things up.
Exactly.
So to speak,
We're going to be squeezed to death here.
Yeah. Well, before we do that, let's see what the forecast is.
Yeah, let's take a look at the forecast. We do have some nice weather for tonight, and then as we head towards the weekend, it's going to be warm with temperatures in the 90s, even record levels early next week. I wish I could say we have some rain, but unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer on that. But at least maybe some cooler temperatures by next weekend.
As long as Lucy is happy.
Yes,
happy.
We want Lucy to be
not
happy.
Upset Lucy.
to.
What kind
Tammy,
of snake is it?
She's a ball python.
A ball python. Okay.
Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next, of course. We're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6, Lucy permitting. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.